a simple reframe unrustled my jimmies. I want to tell a simple story of a tweet I read yesterday and how my jimmies were a little bit rustled, but then I reframed the thing, and yeah, I kind of found a way to make light of the situation and to find it funny, I guess. So yesterday, this tweet, a couple days ago actually, this tweet went like super viral, 24 million impressions, holy shit, and 67,000 likes. And so yeah, imagine the impression to like ratio is like, I have a tweet with like around 50,000 likes or 60,000 likes, but the impressions are like an order of magnitude less, right? So it's like a lot of impressions. And yeah, the tweet itself, it's, I don't know, it's kind of funny. You know, the European mind cannot comprehend this, and you know, there's truth to that. It's like, yeah, Europeans don't like road trip as much, like, and also the country is big. Yeah, I don't know, pretty, yeah, self-explanatory, I guess. But then he goes on like this tirade of just like, I've been to 13 European countries and I've been exactly the same. Do you think there is so much difference between blah blah blah? Don't forget soccer, blah blah blah. Like, bro, shut up. And I was like, bro, why are you tweeting this? And yeah, I was feeling like this, right? Like, end this fucking discourse, please, right? But I was able to find a way of laughing at it, right? Because, yeah, to me, this fact of like going to 13 different countries, then tweeting stuff like this, I don't know, it was kind of funny, you know? It's like, why do you go to 13 countries then? Also, because you also know that, for example, Sachs, like Power Bottom Dad, he travels. I follow him, right? So I know that he's been like traveling, and the past year he was traveling to like some cool places. And for example, I found out about this place, right, which is a like queer church on some island, and I thought this was like fucking awesome, and I have it saved in my like places to go list, right? So I was like, damn, that's cool, and I found it like while browsing here. So it's like, I don't know, it's like obviously a lie, right? That they're all exactly the same, right? It's like, no, they aren't. They have all their quirks and all this, and yeah, it's cool to, it was cool, like, it's cool like to like see the contrast between like this fucking stupid ass take with like the actual reality of the situation, which is that the dude has traveled like a lot, and he probably, even though he says this stuff, he, you know, he actually like enjoys and is able to like see all these things, and he shared them, and I've been positively influenced by them, right? I've like found cool places. I tweeted, yeah, I'm legit going to use your Twitter profile as my mood board, right? Like when he was tweeting in Dubrovnik, sorry, like in Croatia, which is a different country than Montenegro. Although they do speak like, well, they do speak Serbo-Croatian and all of those, I think. So yeah, I guess particularly with Serbia, Montenegro, Croatia, and like I guess Bosnia, they all speak Serbo-Croatian, right? So it is, I guess, the same country in that sense, but it also isn't, you know. And I don't know. I think he probably like has seen the differences of all the cultures and all that, but he just doesn't care, which I also think is funny, I guess, because he's like dining at these fancy restaurants. So I guess like the fancy restaurants in all of those places are probably like similar, I guess. Which is, I guess, yeah, cool. I just wanted to say that. I had some more like good vibes of Montenegro because I liked it. It was like interesting to like look up Montenegro like in his like from Power Bottom that one Montenegro and see where I could find, because that was what I remembered, right? I was like, I really remember him being in Montenegro. That's like the thing I remember the most. Yeah, it's cool. Ah, yeah, and also seeing this like You know, it's like the contrast between Europe is all the fucking same, and then also like seeing the Amalfi Coast and Lake Como, doing bugging around Greek islands, hiking the hills of Montenegro, and then Michelin place in Milan, which I guess like a Michelin place in Milan is a Michelin place in Milan different than a Michelin place in Vegas, and it's like probably to a certain extent it isn't, because they are both Michelin starred places which have some certain criteria they have to meet, I guess, but they are also different, you know. It's like, I don't know, it's like arguing between like cultural differences with the USA and European countries. To me it's like dumb as fuck, and it makes no sense because they are obviously much different. Like the differences between European countries between themselves is like much more different than like whatever state differences they all have between all the states. It's like, to me it's this obvious. Like just starting with the language, that's like such a huge barrier for some people that it simply like invalidates every other thing, right? It's like if you speak a different language, no matter how similar like your cultures and all these are, it's like they just have this big difference between them. So yeah, it's like moot point. No need to discuss this thing further. We know they are different, and the ones which have like the language difference are even much more different. Simply that. And the discourse is always like this. Yeah, the discourse always ends like with the image of GDP and with school shootings, medical bills, and all of that. It's always the fucking same. And I don't know. There is something fun to that. I think I talked about it here. I think I summarized it well. It's like a symbiotic relationship. Euros love to sit and complain during our free time, right? On American-owned apps, while Americans love to feel superior for shit they haven't built because they are all working like, okay, GDP, working for what, bro? Like working so much for what? And yeah, for shit like they haven't done. It's like they're exporting the dumbest shit, you know, because the thing they're working on is like exporting dumb shit. He works on tweeting dumb shit so that it gets 25 million impressions of like the worst take he can have of all his travels, right? And I don't know what he does. He's probably like working on software and some kind of shit. So yeah, I guess building some kind of SaaS business for someone else, and then feeling proud of the app, Twitter app, being American, as if that like has any impact on his life or whatever, right? So I think like this is like a good symbiosis, right? I complain during my free time. Well, I don't really do that, but yeah, Euros complain during their free time on like apps they don't even own, but also and that make their countries poorer or whatever, and make the United States richer, while the people in the United States get like proud of having riches or whatever when they don't actually really have riches because they're all fucking working for some like dumbass motive. And that's it. I thought it was funny, and yeah, I was like, yeah, these takes always get you on the defensive, right? So I was able to like just hit the switch and be like, oh, this is actually funny, right? And let it go. And I made this quick little video. This is part of my 100 video series, and yeah, I am making it in English, as you can see. So guess where I am on the spectrum. Feel free to debate that in the comments. Feel free to hate each other, but if you can do that away from my comment section, that would be better. And yeah, bye.